All right, what's up? What's up, everybody? What's up, Zach? What's up, Cougs? Yo, watching Miami versus Pitt. Is it on right now? Is that on right now, really? How can we do a live stream in the middle of the Miami game? Well, just to be honest, dude, I didn't know. Is there like bad weather or something in Miami? Let me fix my screen here. Okay. There we go. That's better. Okay. I can only watch one thing at a time. Dude, can you like get an iPad or something, Canes? Let's see here. Wow, so they're playing right now. I guess I didn't realize. Doubleheader today because of weather. Okay. Did that get called like very recently? I feel like I would have seen that. It must have got called up today. It must have been game plan today. Dude, we're going to have a pretty good late night stream. Think about these games tonight. We got UC Irvine, Oregon State. That starts at 8:35 Eastern. We have Georgia Tech, Stanford at 9:05 Eastern. Clemson, Cal, 9 o'clock Eastern. Michigan, Oregon at 8:05. San Diego, UCLA. Like, it's gonna be pretty solid. Happy Friday, gents. Let's start with the Link Jarrett suspension. One second, Dust. What is going on? All right. What about what? I don't understand. What do you want to talk about? What about the ejection? Do you want to talk about? You can tell me if we look good or not. You have better eyes than me. Yeah, I'm going to pull it up right now. I'm going to pull up the game right now. Let me turn this music down. My God. Oh, there it is. So it's the last game on ESPN. Zach says Link Jarrett got suspended. My wife walking through the stream, just normal. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what he was interested in talking about that for. Unless there was something. I don't know what the was. Is there? I mean, is there something about it that is worth talking about, other than he just got suspended? I feel like I'm missing something. Let's go through the piece. Right now, I mean, I guess hey, we turned this thing on right in time. I mean, Miami bottom of the first inning, not able to score first inning off Pitt. Dusty, I'm looking for like any. I heard that he's out the entire weekend. NCAA 1 game, FSU 2 game suspension. For what did he do? Like, I don't understand. Why is he getting suspended so many games? Like, I'm not seeing anything about it. You know what's crazy is in the Golden Spikes Award midseason watch list, Alex Lodis is not on the list. I don't know, Kyle. Isn't it your job to figure it out? I mean, I'll try to figure it out. I'm just saying I'm not seeing anything about it anywhere. I'm looking at all the different accounts, and I don't see anything about like his suspension. So why don't you tag me like everyone else does in a tweet or something, or reply to it and tag me so that I can figure it out. Bryce, what's up, man? Friday. That complete game shutout by LSU pitcher last night was beautiful. Yeah, and I saw a lot of guys saying I mean, of course, there was a lot of people on social media saying like, "Man, he's throwing way too many pitches," and it's like he threw 15 pitches an inning. That's not a lot of pitches. You throw 15 pitches an inning, which is a really good inning. That over 9 innings, that's 135 pitches. Man, Miami going down 1-0. Bryce, you need to get back in class. Get back in class. You don't think 1-2-1 is too many? I think it was. What do you mean 1-2-1? Yeah, both those games, Zach, were really good last night. Kyle, were you screaming at the TV in the ninth of the Duke UNC game? I don't know. Like, Buck, the only thing that I don't get, I don't understand how that, how Duke didn't beat that ground ball out to tie the game. Yo, there he is, Carter. Hey, you got to get back to class too, bro. Get back to class. First time really watching Duke all the way through last night. Methinks they will be just fine. Yeah, I think. I mean, Duke's starting to play better. Yeah, I know, Buck. I still don't know. I don't know how Gracia doesn't beat that out, though. It was so slow developing. Like, it's a choppy ground ball. Second baseman fields it and has to run all the way to second. Um, and I just don't know how. I don't even know how it's like. I don't know how you're out there as a like an athletic outfielder. Um, but I mean, again, like Buck, we've talked about this. Like the amount of times where you see a situation come up where it makes there's no other play, there's no other thing to do but do a safety squeeze. They refuse to do it, and it backfires. Like he's not a burner, but I mean he's an above average runner, right? He's a guy that should be beating a double play, that slow developing of a double play out. Talk about my 2-hit performance yesterday. Absolutely not. Jam jobs. Not. It wasn't a barrel party. Zach, you got trouble here early in the pit game. When did guys stop hustling down the line? I mean, it's a while ago. I had 2 hits yesterday off a D3 arm. Hey, you made it, dude. You made it. You made it. Hey guys, give this guy Bryce Gillis a congratulations. Got an offer in football to Southern Miss yesterday. Southern Miss in football. Oh, if we have some of Kyle's players in the chat, nice. Give us the scoop on Kyle, the coach. Oh my god! Don't ask that, Buck. Oh my gosh! I will say they played really well yesterday. They played really well yesterday. I'm trying to get Dusty to come over for a stream with the tech game tonight, but he's kind of making excuses, acting like he can't do it. Where's my congratulations? What do you mean? Did something happen, Carter, that I don't know about? I missed like I'm reading something and I missed like all these chats and I'm extremely worried about what's being talked about now. Let's see here. Carter, where's my congratulations? He's so awesome. What's your favorite Coach Ren rant? Overthrowing the cutoff, bat flips, game's over in the first inning, can't make it up. Kane, shut up. Jared M. Pit carousel and first just stopped. Bryce, don't feed his ego. When he talks about eating your protein. Yeah, just don't say what you told me, Carter, please. I didn't, Canes, I didn't see you. Kyle is greater than Bob and Nug. Duh. I want to watch what we did in pitching. It's over. Players, where do you stand on the double oven mitt? Pretty drippy, right? Fuck. Fuck. Oh, Buck, stop using the words drippy. Pitt versus Miami is a battle for who doesn't finish in last place. That's hey, you got the leadoff hitter on in the second inning though. Your players call him Nug. Yeah, they do. they do. They do. Those peanut butter. Okay, Carter, you're about to get banned. You're about to get banned, Carter. Careful. The kids these days, man, you just can't. You can't take them anywhere. Buck, that was cringe. Buck with the pretty drippy right at the end was Buck. That was like such a dad quote right there. We got life. Bobby Barrels. Yeah, I mean, can you guys peer pressure Dusty into showing up? We can do a live stream from right here watching the game. BA, happy Friday, Kyle. Couple questions. One, if a kid is dominant pitcher but average, above average hitter, is it better to go to a showcase as a PO? I don't think it's not like it's going to hurt him if he's really good at pitching and he's not as good as a hitter. They're just going to say that in the report, right? They're just going to say that in the report. They're going to be like, they're going to make some comment to, pitching's maybe a little, pitching's ahead of the bat right now or whatever. But I don't think you need to worry about like, is it worth going to this or doing that, because it'll get written out in the report anyway. I want to do the live with you, Kyle, but 9 o'clock is a late start. Bryce, I did not fart in the car. That was Coleman. Sure. What strike pitch ratio should a high school pitcher be striving for? I mean, to be honest, I think you want to be, you want to be around 60% or higher. Like if you're talking about you want to be really good and above kind of the average. I mean, if you can be 60% strike percentage, that's really good. But again, it's like that percentage is going to go down when you get to the next level because the strike zone's way tighter. Hey, Coach Kyle, quick question. What's one thing I should work on to find myself a spot on a roster at the D1 level? There's more than one thing, man. More than one thing. Learning how to bunt for a hit. How about that, Carter? Dusty and Kyle together in a stream, that will set ratings records. It would. Uh-oh, Pitt in trouble. Small ball. Yeah, I mean, the players in here are distracting me. I can't even comment on the game right now. Kyle, is Pitt or Notre Dame the worst team in the ACC? I think you have to go with, man. I don't know, dude. I think Pitt's offense may be worse. I think they're very similar. I think Pitt may have the worst offense, but I don't know. Don't gotta violate me. More than one thing, really. Just keep doing what you're doing. Stop asking dumb questions. How about that? How good was that LSU pitching performance last night? Best I've seen this year. Well, you know what's crazy, Cap, is it was a complete game shutout, but they went out there. It was like he threw a no-hitter or a perfect game. I mean, that was the reaction. It was like, holy cow, this guy just threw a complete game shutout. That happened all the time when I was in college. Not all the time, but it was not super rare. It happened a decent amount of the time. Now it's like you'd never see it now. Read the email, Bryce. That's the practice plan. Hey, Notre Dame beat Jamie Arnold. That's what I'm saying. That's why I think Notre Dame's got a better offense. I love dunking on people on social media. It's funny. Like, let's see. Carter, thoughts on Georgia this year? Best team in college baseball right now, in my opinion. Gonna beat down on Georgia Tech. Well, they only play one game, but they're definitely not the best team in college baseball. Their pitching is suspect. It's been performing well, like in obviously recently, and their offense is very elite of elite. But I don't think they like Tennessee's better. I think they're definitely a top five team right now, but it's basically it's a weird because with LSU they're like a complete team. Offensively, they're pretty elite. Like the pitching's pretty elite. Tennessee's just elite. And then you have Georgia, who's like elite offense, but the pitching is kind of not there. Kyle, where are most of Wesleyan's guys zoned for? Alpharetta. To be honest, they're kind of all over the place. To be honest, I'm not sure. K looking on a fastball down the middle with bases loaded. Yeah, that's normal, dude. Fastball down the middle. You don't want to hit that. It's a bad pitch. I don't know if you guys have seen these catch probability. Like, dude, what is that swing by Galvin, guys? I keep my, and I don't know about you guys. You're a Brookhaven guy. Yeah, for sure. Downtown Atlanta. Bryce, shut up. No, you're not. Do you guys have class? Like, what is going on? I mean, what is high school now? Guys just don't have class anymore? I'm buffering. I don't see anything. Tanner Smith. Yeah, Galvin, by the way, it was buffering. I was late. Galvin, I mean, his at bat was terrible. Late on fastballs. With bases loaded, like, you got to be out front. I don't know if have you guys seen this like catch probability metric? So I went down like a rabbit hole about it, and I'm watching a bunch of videos, and it's so ridiculous. It's so bad. And like all these social media accounts are like, oh my, this looks like a routine catch, but it's this majority of outfielders in the big leagues don't catch it. And you watch the video and you're like, oh my God, this is what people actually think. People actually think that's legit. No, not really. I've played dodgeball and watched YouTube today so far. Kyle, do you know the Atlanta Blue Jays? My son played for them for a month. Head coach was a clown. I know the Atlanta Blue Jays. The unlikely hero, the worst player on the team. Hey, you gotta have a time. Everybody's gotta have a time. But like I said, Zach and Canes, like, you win tonight, and then you win. Or you get doubleheader today, right? So you win 2 tonight. I'm D1, no class needed. Oh my God. If you guys go to my tweets, you can find where I was tweeting about the catch probability stuff and how ridiculous it is. And the Warmonger, who's like this big account, not that big, but he's always tweeting about like the certain like things and like all the analytics stuff. And he's like, this looks like it could be a really good catch, but actually by the catch probability metrics, 85% of MLB outfielders catch it. And then you watch it, and I'm like, you never played the game. Like, all you know is like the metrics of how hard it was hit, how high it was hit, where it lands, and where the outfielder started. And you're using that as the only context to talk about how difficult a jump was. Talk about how difficult a route was, how difficult the catch was. And that's not what makes a fly ball difficult to catch or not. It's about, was it a big swing? Did it look like it could have been on the barrel? Or was it a ball that, like, you definitely got jammed on? It's an easy read. Or it, like, goes straight up off his bat, and it's an easy read because of that. And if you watch the 2 ones I talked about, one of them was a much, much more difficult read. And one of them was like an easiest read you can get. And they're like, this is the same play. And I'm like, yeah, the distance in the fly ball makes it look the same. But like from a pure like reading the ball perspective from an outfielder, they're totally different. I'm not D1, so I'm going to go back to art class and make my clay sculptures. Good idea. I don't know. I know you're talking to D1 schools, Carter. So why don't you shut up and just play better? That fired me the hell up, Buck. Is it possible for an athlete to play basketball and baseball at any level? If not, Gator with the question. Welcome, Gator. Is it possible for an athlete to play basketball and baseball at any level? If not, why not? I mean, the tough thing is, those, especially in college. I mean, those seasons overlap, so it's kind of impossible to do. Like basketball's still going on, and the baseball season's been going on for almost 2 months now. And so even if you're not in the tournament, you're still like basically spending about a month. Baseball season will be going for a month before you're done. So it's just, you really can't do it. Are there people that were talented enough to do it? Sure. I mean, I played against Klay Thompson's brother, Trace Thompson, in pro ball, and I'm sure he was a good enough basketball player to play in college and stuff, but he played baseball. Probably would have. I mean, probably if he was committed to it, would have been good at. Probably could have played in the NBA. I'm in free period. Don't worry, I stay dialed. I have all A's and have a 99 in English. No, you don't. Nice question, Gator. My phone has been blowing up from Louisville Slugger to sign up for Torpedo Bat. Not kidding. Really? Really, Jared? Bryce probably could. He's 6'6". Yeah, but he's not athletic. That's the thing. He's just gangly. He's just not an athlete. That's a problem. I have theater after this. I'm performing Beauty and the Beast. Yeah, sure you are. I had a buddy play football and baseball at Stanford. Yeah, football and baseball is totally different because the seasons are in opposite parts of the calendar. Football's in the fall and into the winter, and then baseball's in the spring, or at the end of winter in the spring and kind of into the summer. So, I mean, with the thing that's tough about football and baseball, generally a guy who chat's weird today. I know I might need to ban the players out of here. Generally it's tough. Most guys that play both football and baseball, they're usually like they start in football and they're just on the team in baseball because you're missing all your fall workouts. You're missing all those fall inter squads. You're missing, like Jameis Winston played both. I remember Jameis Winston playing for Florida State. He was obviously really talented, but he was raw and he didn't get enough reps to, actually perform at a high level. But he could throw at 95. He had really good arm, good athlete, and he came in to pitch against us at Florida State. But it's really hard to be a starter at both. I mean, you have to be a legit stud. And LSU had a few guys back in the day in the early 2000s that did, but you don't see that a lot anymore. Yeah, Kirby just visited me in a helicopter, probably committing there tomorrow. Yeah, but you're not good enough to play at Georgia in football. Yes, first email is the 31st. Now I'm getting the text. Comes with 12 free oven mitts. That's a joke, but not the bats. Unreal. You know what, Jared? That doesn't surprise me though with the torpedo bats. It just doesn't surprise me at all. It's almost like it was totally on purpose just to sell that. No, players, get your teammates in. Let's talk hitter approach. Rate Coach Nug on a scale of 1 to 10. I don't know what I'm rating him on, so I'm going to refuse. Exactly. He was starting linebacker, and I don't think he played much time with baseball, but was on a team. Yeah, that's normally how it works. Again, because unless you're a pitcher, and that's the kid. I think the guy for LSU, Dusty could probably remembers this guy. I think he maybe even pitched in the big leagues. He was a really good wide receiver, and he was I think he was a pitcher, left-handed reliever, and he threw like mid 90s or high 90s. I can't remember his name, but he played at LSU and he was really good. Is he Coach Nug due to his size? No, it's I think I'm not kidding, Buck. This guy, so he was the bullpen catcher at Georgia Tech, and he was the bullpen catcher for the Dodgers for 3 or 4 years. And And he said, I think one of the upperclassmen basically said he looked like a chicken nugget or something, and then it just like stuck. So everybody calls him that now from Georgia Tech. Rate on his looks, I think 10. Hey, go ahead. Go ahead, man. What did you do off Winston? What was he a starter? He was a reliever, and I don't even remember if I faced him. I can't remember, Coach. I can't remember if I even got to face him. I think he came in and pitched like one inning. He did play right field a game or two as well, but he didn't hit very well, and he was like a switch hitter too. So it is even worse because like he just didn't have enough at bats to be switch hitting and having a lot of success that way. But he could really defend and had a cannon. I'll go get Will J and Cowart, and we can talk hitter approaches. Yeah, go get the two POs and talk shit. Haha. 1 sec. Chad Jones. Yeah. Yep. Did he pitch in the big leagues, Dusty? Was that him? Or did he go play in the NFL? Is that him? I think he was younger. I think he was young. Oh, I don't know, man. Let me see. I think he was in big league camp but never called up. Reds, maybe. He was drafted in 2010 in the NFL draft, and he was drafted in 2013 in the MLB draft. He won a national championship in 2009. How did he get drafted in 2013, though? Wow. You know what, Carter, I think Carter's maybe needs to run some suicides today. I think we're going to do some conditioning today for that comment, Carter. That's disgusting. Carter's going to be running extra today, guys. So this has been a good stream. Spencer Ware was our age and played both. Yeah, I remember him. Cincinnati legend. I remember Spencer Ware, big dude, right? Let me see. Aura. Is it Aura? It's Aura, right? Or Ara. Played in the NFL, went back to school with eligibility for baseball, got drafted, I guess. But he played on the 2009. How? I don't know. I'm not looking it up, but the timeline is weird. He got drafted in the NFL in 2010, but didn't get drafted in the MLB draft till 2013. Same year as me. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. First pronunciation, I believe. Well, like the Gen Z guys, they pronounce it. They have a certain way they pronounce it, and they don't care what it says to pronounce it like. Players, 1 p.m. every weekday, required to be here. Just bring your phone to gym or something. What is hard to understand about this? He played in the NFL for 3 years, went back to school with eligibility left for baseball. Oh, so okay. What do you have? 1 year of eligibility left or something? Are you ignoring me? What is hard to? No, I'm not ignoring you, Carter. You trust me. You will have my full attention in about 2 hours as you go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I'm unwritten, can't read my mind. I'm undefined. I'm just beginning. The pen's in my hand, ending unplanned, staring at the blank page before you. Open up the dirty window, let the sun illuminate the. Nice, Bryce. Very good. Very good, Bryce. The cryptic way you wrote that, though, by like having words touch, I don't know if that was planned, but it's a little bit creepy. Tell him to hit the cages. Yeah, please do something. Tough offensive ranks for Canes and Zach, just popping up on screen. Oh, this is a good. I'm gonna stop it. This is a good. We're gonna watch this video here in a second. I found a really good one. Wow, singing. Coach Kyle is a triple threat. Yeah, I mean these guys know. Well, hey, tell them about that post game speech I gave. They know. All right, bye, coach. I'm almost done in the bathroom. Been a struggle. Yeah, about to head out. Have a good stream. All right, see you guys. Don't act like idiots in class. All right, let's watch this video here. This is great. Dusty, you're going to love this. Buck, you're going to love this. So what they're talking about is even at the major league level, how like everything's a hit now. Like if it's hit hard, like basically you'll find basically just like the official scorekeepers or MLB who's like changing these things to hits. It's just like way easier to get to hits now. They're like John Kruk is in this. John Kruk's in this. Who's amazing. Did you rap the post game speech? No, I just I say like I tell them like it is. All right, listen to this, guys. You're gonna love this. This is big, but this is again how the game is changing. Like I've talked to you guys about how back 20 years ago, if you like again, if the catcher called like, hey, slider in the dirt, 2 strikes, want to get a chase, and the guy threw it in the dirt, but it's like on the plate, and the catcher didn't block it, that was not always just automatically a pass ball, or automatically automatically what's the one I'm looking for? Wild pitch. And again, that's because everything they're just like everything's getting so just listen to the video.
Hey Johnny, would you have had an error at all in your career playing nowadays?
Yeah, because I missed a couple slow rollers.
Well, that doesn't matter. Those are doubles here.
Yeah, they probably just kept them at singles. It's unbelievable. Anything hit hard now if it's not caught by someone.
Now notice what he said there. He's like, nah, they probably would have just played it into singles. Because what's he saying? He's saying, well, these guys don't run hard. They don't hustle. So even on the balls I made errors on, they were doubles. But in today's era, they're singles because these guys don't run hard and they assume they're out and they don't run hard.
Those are doubles here.
Yeah, they probably just kept them at singles. It's unbelievable. Anything hit hard now if it's not caught by someone, it's a hit. And I said it on the air. I mean, Tony Gwynn would have hit 5,000 and Wade Boggs would have hit 5,000 and Pete Rose would have hit 5. I mean, it's just, look, you're big leaguers. Yeah, the ball's hit hard, but aren't you paid to catch the dang thing?
Yeah.
I mean, so yeah, I don't get it. I don't get how they keep score now. I don't, it's too many smart people that have no clue if a ball should be caught or not. And the guy here did great. He called them both errors. Then I guess he was told to change them.
He was overruled.
I don't know.
That's ridiculous, but we keep pressing on. John, we'll see you tomorrow.
And I mean, first of all, John Kruk's just amazing. But again, he's one of the like old school guys who's like willing to call this stuff out, and he's not just like going along with it. And I think there's a couple things he said that are key. And one is like the official scorer got it right. He called them both errors, and then somehow it gets changed, right? So he's obviously not the final boss. Like I remember in the minor leagues and even in the big leagues, like you would have a meeting with the official scorer after the game, and your manager could fight for something, because official scorers aren't perfect. They're going to make mistakes, but sometimes they'd be like, you know what, you're right. Sometimes they'd say you're wrong. We're not going to change it. But what Kruk's saying is like, there's a lot of really smart people that have no clue. There's a lot of really smart people have no, and again, if you guys go to my tweets and you look up the catch probability metric, it is so ridiculous. It will boggle your mind, especially if you know what you're looking at. And I think that's what's driving the errors. I think honestly they have that same system on it for every ball in play, and basically what they're doing is it's like, well, based on the exit velocity and the spin and where it landed, it's a 10% catch rate, so that means it's an error, or that means it's a hit. Like, what is truly unbelievable is that former baseball players, when baseball was at its peak, are literally telling you that the game is changing for the worse, and no one wants to listen. We are officially concerned for big league baseball, with college baseball following closely behind. Yeah, I mean, that's a great point, Dusty. Like, I don't know one, like you said, former player who was very good, who is from peak baseball time, like the 90s and the early 2000s, maybe you can even say the 80s. And they're all saying like, guys, this is not good. Baseball is not good right now. It's not because what you keep getting told, and Jeff Fry says this every day, is like, it's never been better. It's the best it's ever been. And all these guys are like, no, it's not. And you know what's funny? They weren't saying that in the 90s. They weren't saying that in the 2000s. The vast majority of like players who were done playing, like a John Kruk, that would apply to like the 2000s and the 90s, were not in every interview saying, what's going on? Like, because listen, they're not saying like, it's one thing for them to be like, I don't know if I like this, or I don't know if I like that. They're literally saying, what's going on? What is happening to baseball? They're not saying, I don't know if they're as good as we were, or this, that. Like, that's kind of normal stuff. They're literally saying, this isn't baseball. What's going on? We don't know why is nobody getting errors anymore? And again, and think about it. What motivation is there to stop or to make less errors? Well, if the narrative is that, man, hitters are getting worse and worse, and batting averages are going down and down, well, what's a way we can kind of, game the numbers? Well, let's start calling things hits. Let's start that. Hey, you know what? He didn't go to the ground. He didn't make extraordinary effort, but it's still a hard play. Let's just call it an error. And the problem is now the guys that are telling you it's a hard play, they themselves never made a hard play in their life. Right? The warmonger guy on X who's like, this play is actually really difficult, even though the guy's jogging to catch it. Gets a good jump, jogs to it. That's what that's what a good defender in center field calls a routine play. If I have to jog, if I'm slowing down into the catch, it's not a hard play. But according to catch probability, it's a hard play. But the warmonger guy, I don't know him. Yeah, like, sorry, you're in the big leagues. You're supposed to be the guys. You're supposed to be the only guys in pretty much in the world that can make hard plays look routine. That's what being a big leaguer means. But what I'll say is, especially in the outfield now, they'll put anyone out there. They don't care if you've ever played there at all. They don't care if you got 5 games under your belt. They will put anyone in the outfield. So all of a sudden, I think some of these catch probability metrics are way off too, because we're just putting like career infielders in the outfield. And again, I'm not saying those guys can't eventually make the adjustment and become an outfielder, but when you talk about a guy who's had like 3,000 innings in the outfield versus a guy who's had none, the guy with 3,000 innings is probably going to be better. So it's just, again, it's like like everywhere you look. I mean, I'm just seeing videos like this, and again, I don't watch Major League Baseball. That's how bad it is. So when Crux makes this statement, I don't even know that's going on. But I guarantee if I start watching games now, I'd be like, why are they giving that a hit? That's an error. You're used to seeing that in like high school, with like parents running Game Changer and stuff, or players. And you're used to seeing it a little bit more in college because, again, they're just not as good of defenders. But in the big leagues, come on. Oh, but the exit velocity was 105 should not matter. If you are a big league shortstop, they cannot hit it hard enough for me to expect you not to catch it. That's 100% right. And again, think about it like this, Dusty. Like, what were all infielders taught to do when we were growing up? Like, knock it down with your chest. Like, stick your cup out, get over top, and if it takes a hop, you knock it down. What you see everybody do is everybody now, nobody does that. Nobody does that anymore. Everyone does like the Olay side pick. And so if they miss it, it's a base hit or it's an error. I mean, it's an error, but it goes in the outfield. The guy reaches base. No one gets in front of the ball anymore. No one tries to knock it down. But like Dusty said, guys, like you're a major league shortstop. That means you're literally one of 30 of the best defenders in the world. According to many of the announcers, the number one play of the year was made 17 times on opening day alone. Yeah. Again, I mean, it's just like, and again, the right context. So I'm going to go through some of these videos that I tweeted about because I think it's really important for you guys to see this. So, let me get my screen share up here. All right. So this is, let me see if I can get this so you guys can see it. All right. Let me take this down here. Zoom in. All right. All right. So this is what grinded my gears this morning. Whoa, catch of the year nominee? Cedric Mullins makes the amazing diving grab on a ball caught by 85% of MLB outfielders. All of them, not just center field. Okay, buddy. Why did he have to dive? Because his jump was -8 feet. Your classic eye test web gem. So again, this guy's basically talking trash like, oh, the eye test guys, like, yeah, the eye test thinks this is good, but it's not. Okay. So let's look at the play first. Pretty athletic play. All right. Now, according to the metrics, his jump was -8 feet. Okay. Now, why is there a reason maybe that this ball was a tough read? Is there but I'm saying this is a difficult play. Like it's BS that's an 85% catch probability. Because it's all based on, well, if you got a good jump. Well, all right, let's look at what's the situation here. Trevor Story at the plate. What has he done? 2 for 2 with a home run and a single. And he's in a what count? 2-1 count. All right, so in an outfielder's mind, what I'm thinking is, all right, he's done damage today. He's hitting the ball well. 2-1 count. He's ahead. He's hunting. So he's in attack mode. All right, so let's see what the pitch is.
That's why I tried it twice.
Fool me once.
All right, now let's look at the swing. Or sorry, it's Casas is up. He's over 2. Never mind. Man, they really had to deke me on this right here. Anyway, same doesn't matter.
How'd it go?
It's the 4-hole hitter for the
That's why I
Boston
tried
Red
it.
Sox, and he's in a 2-1 count. Okay, 4-hole hitter, Boston Red Sox, 2-1 count. Now let's watch the swing.
Fool me once, shame on you.
Now, from an outfielder's perspective, that's a tough read if he hit that on the barrel or not. He got it a little bit off the end, which is why it doesn't go. I mean, a lot off the end, which is why it doesn't go very far. But from an outfielder's perspective, the bat is going through the ball, and it could be on the barrel. So immediately, you're always going to, again, what do you teach outfielders? First step back. So an outfielder on that ball, most guys, unless you just get an elite read, are going to take a drop step and then watch it and get the read, which is exactly what he does.
I spent more time on my back than I did.
Center field, Mullins!
Okay. So actually, now let's look at the bird's eye view because he got a -8 feet jump. Let's see if he goes back -8 feet. This is going to be tougher to see, but all right, he drop steps. He drop steps. He gets his hips turned in case he's got to go back, right? Again, if I make a mistake backwards and I can't catch a ball, it's a single. If I make a mistake forward and it's over my head, it's double or triple. So he doesn't have a -8 foot jump. He just takes a drop step to make sure it's in front of him and still makes the play, right? But again, this is being portrayed as like, oh, it's a terrible play. It's an easy play. That's 85. That's an easy play. So then he compares it to this play. He said, here's Sal Frelick covering the same amount of ground plus 2 feet in the same time on a similar batted ball. All right. Similar batted ball. Again, this is a guy who never played, probably. I don't know him. No idea what he's talking about. Now let's look at it. What's the count? 2-2 down here. 2-2 count. So he's in a more defensive mode as a hitter. He's got to fight. Okay, so does that generally with 2 strikes, do guys hit for a high average and do damage? No. All right, so let's look at the swing and see if it's an easy read off the bat.
Peralta deals it.
Fastball up out of the zone, and just watch how this ball comes off the bat.
Peralta deals it 2-2.
Even you guys at home know that is a shallow pop fly off the bat. Now, a major league outfielder knows that for sure because his bat's going here, his bat's path is flat, and the ball goes straight up, right? So that's an instant. I don't have to get a drop step. That's an instant I'm coming in to get it. And that's exactly what Sal Frelick does.
Shallow right, long run in, but
and he's still running hard to catch it, right? This is a super easy play, but he's still running hard to catch it. Anyway, I watch both of those clips and I'm like, man, this is just this is a guy who has no idea what he's talking about. And basically all he's looking at is, well, all he knows is, well, the distance they ran was the same amount. And the speed they ran was the same. So it should be the exact same play every time. It's like, dude, you're using 2 variables for an equation that's like a 15 variable equation and acting like you've got it figured out. That's the problem. Apply that to everything in baseball right now, and that is what the issue is. We're taking like 1 or 2 variables in an equation that's much more complicated, and we're just saying, no, these are the only 2 variables that matter. And he actually responded to, let's see what he said. Of course, every single play needs context, which you've applied, but when you start including dozens and hundreds of plays, it's really easy to measure outfield defense. Okay. I said, but you used 2 plays that were the same, even though they were not the same at all. It doesn't seem as easy as you're making it sound. He said, I said the same time and the same distance, both factual and similar batted ball. But and then I responded, I said, but they are polar opposites when it comes to difficulty of the read. Does that make sense? No response. And that's what the problem is, guys. Like another guy whose name is Anthony P3328. He says, Let me see here. Because this is, he said, yo, this is an insane take. I said, insane how? He says, an 8-foot drop isn't the same as opening up, taking a couple of steps, and reading the bat off the ball, right? So he's just trusting the metric. And the shortstop also read shallow pop off the bat, considering he almost got there and started much further away. Yeah, the shortstop doesn't have to worry about a ball getting hit over his head for a double or a triple. It's a much easier read from the shortstop. Again, the guy never played. Like, he thinks that's a good comeback for what I said. It's insane. So I said, maybe go watch the full video angle where he literally opens up like you're describing. He just opens his hips up. He doesn't even take a step. He doesn't drop 8 feet. That's how bad these metrics are. And he responded with, have a good Friday afternoon. He was defeated. Two totally different plays and hits. Yeah. Right. It's a shallow fly ball, but the way how difficult the read is off the bat is totally different. If I need an outfielder, I'm drafting Hunter Ensley. Believe it or not, we squared up and almost got in a bar fight in Knoxville in 2021 in Knoxville. Almost, huh? So you thought better of it before it got serious, or what? Who was the great? Let's see this. But again, I mean, it's that's what you see across social media. Is it's a bunch of people, and like, I get it. Analytics has made it to where the casual fan can understand a little bit more about the game, but they think that's all it is. Like, basically, they've bought the lie that analytics can tell you everything you need to know. You don't need to know anything else. Like, analytics will tell you everything, and that's just not the case. There's so many unquantifiable variables that are happen in every play in baseball. And knowing the metrics is great, but like, anyone who played the game at a high level has an understanding that, like, that's not telling the full story. This dude is 20. Miami with a comfortable lead right now here in the 4th inning, but you kind of want to add on. How about Christian Campbell start to the year in 7 games? 417 average, 500 on base, 833 slugging. He's playing pretty good. Which, again, like, it's not surprising if you know, I mean, the elite combination he has at the plate. I mean, he's got elite plate discipline, and he's got elite bat to ball skills. Those two things don't usually come in the same package. I mean, his first full season in professional baseball, in 517 plate appearances, he had 74 walks and 103 strikeouts. And he hit 330 across high A, double A, and triple A. Right? Like that's elite bat to ball. That's elite plate discipline. And that's what that combination does. All right, Miami is shut down in order there in the fourth. Pitt's got 5 hits in 1 run. Miami's got 4 hits and 4 runs. That home run, and that's the scary thing for Miami is that's just like, like think about the game right there. Like it's one home run has got all their runs. Now they probably still would have scored some, but asked earlier, no worries. But wondering your thoughts on long toss for both pitchers and position players. Love it. Love it. Like again, like that was kind of the old that was the old velo training, and it's just more natural, right? I recommend doing that 3 times a week. If you're a pitcher, it's different. You got to go around your when you pitch and when you don't. So you got to be careful. But as a position player, you should be doing that 3 times a week, and I mean really extending it, not just for a couple throws, but for 10, 15, 20 throws at max distance, and then work it back in. And when you're coming back in, throw it on a line, and you do that. You do that for a month, your arm will be way better. Just a month. That's it. We always did it, but now some of these reports saying it might not be beneficial, blah, blah, blah. Thanks. I mean, dude, again, it's like it's all about, listening to your body. And I just did it in a net, in a cage. Because I didn't even want to have a throwing partner. So I would just go, I'd get my arm loose. And then I'd make, like, I'm not kidding, I'd make 60, like 100% throws 2 or 3 times a week. 15 in the top corner of the cage, 15 into the bottom corner, 15 in the middle, and then like 15 crow hops, kind of like pull downs. Again, I wouldn't do it every day, but if you do that 2 or 3 times a week, your arm soreness will go away. You'll be more accurate in game. Your arm will be stronger. Everything will improve. My Canes and Tigers are both winning so far. My Terps are going to sweep Illinois this weekend. What time is the stream tonight? I mean, probably. Maybe I can do 9, like for the start of the Georgia Tech game, but if not, it'll be around 10. So I'll be like maybe the third inning. Are there any public bat labs to try multiple manufacturers, models, lengths, weight combos of wood bats? I don't know, Jeremy. To be honest, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure they're. I mean, they're. I mean, I'm sure you have to pay. Like, I don't know. By public, I don't know what you mean, but it's definitely not going to be free. And I'm not saying that's what you're asking. I just don't know. I don't really know what you mean by public. I mean, there's plenty of places you can go and probably get something like that done, but it's going to cost you. All right, guys, I got to go, but we'll be back later tonight. So stay tuned for that. Thanks